Hello, I'm back. So, like I was saying, she refused. Emma did not know that this man was the father of Esther. Now let's continue with the reading because I want us to get this message. Now, when you go to sorry. When you go to verse chapter 3 now, you see that after king promoted Haman, son of Hammedatha, chapter 3 from verse 1, son of Hammedatha, the Agite, to a rank higher than that of all the other officials on orders of the king, all the royal officials at the king's gate would kneel and bow to Haman. This Mordecai refused to do. The royal officials at the king's gates asked Mordecai, "Why do you disobey the king's order?" They spoke to him day after day, but he refused to comply, explaining that he was a Jew. To find out if this explanation was acceptable, they reported the matter to Haman. Haman was enraged when he saw that Mordecai would not kneel down or pay him honor. Having learned who Mordecai people were, he thought it would not be enough to lay hands on him alone, but sought to destroy all the Jews throughout the kingdom of Ahasuerus. In the first month, the month of Nisan, in the 12th year of Ahasuerus, the poor or lot was cast in Haman's presence to determine the day and the month for the destruction of Mordecai's people. The lot fell on the 13th day of the 12th month, Adar. So, because this man will not bow to Haman went further to, rain down stones, rain down walls and blunt stones and, begin to look for every means to eradicate this man called Mordecai. And at the end of the day, where he now made the mistake was he refused to destroy only this Mordecai, but was ready to wipe the whole people of Mordecai. Imagine, are you God? Are you God? No. So he made the king to sign the paper, and the Bible says the king signed it, and he became a law, and the thing was passed and spread round the whole land of Susan where they were living, and everybody became aware that on so day every Jew in that land will be dealt with. The Bible says when Mordecai learned, chapter 4, when Mordecai learned what had happened, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and walked through the city crying bitterly and loudly. But he came only as far as the king's gate, for no one in sackcloth was allowed to enter. In every province where the king's edict was read, there was great mourning among the Jews, fasting and weeping with lamentation, and many of them slept on sackcloth and ashes. Queen Esther made an Enoch inform her about Mordecai, overcome with grief. She sent clothes for Mordecai to put on instead of sackcloth, but he refused. Esther summoned Hathach, one of the king's eunuchs assigned to attend to her, and ordered him to find out of the son of Mordecai out the reason for Mordecai's action. When this whole thing happened, Mordecai became very sad and was crying and was weeping. The Bible says when this got to the notice of these people that work with Esther, they quickly informed Esther about it and told her, said, look what we hear about your uncle, the man who's supposed to be your father, this man, we know you have a relationship with him, but look at what the position he is at the moment. And the Bible says Esther quickly sent people to Mordecai, and when got the message of Esther, he sent back to Esther all that has been planned to done to the people of Israel, the Jews that were in that land. And I want to read chapter 4 from verse 11. All the king's servants and the people of his province knew that any man or woman who goes to the king in the inner court without being summoned suffers the death penalty unless the king grant them their life by holding out to them his golden scepter. But I had not been called to go to the king for 30 days now. Now, wait, this is when the issue now got to Esther, what was at stake. And Esther was not sending back message to Mordecai that she has not been called for 30 days now to present herself before the king. So there was nothing she could do, that she doesn't know what to do. She feels confused and all that. But the Bible says Mordecai sent her a message again and said, if you think because you are the queen, you have no share in this body, then just be rest assured that if there are other ways these people will be saved, you will not be saved, you and your father's house, because you are in a position that you should have done something but which you refuse to do. And when this message got to Esther, Esther sent back her reply to Mordecai, and she said, go, gather all the Jews who are in Susan. Fast for me, all of you. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, neither night or day. My maids and I will also fast. Then I will go to the king, even if it is against the law. If I die for this, let it be. Mordecai went away and carried out Esther's instruction. Where I really want to hit the nail. You are just a woman, right? You cannot do anything, right? Because I know people now saying, at least this one was a queen now. No. It is not. She was not just a queen, because the Bible says even before she became a queen, it was the grace of God was upon her. She was just an ordinary woman before she became a queen. She was just an ordinary woman, yet she was able to win the favor of the person that was in charge of this medium that should present herself before the king. She was just a woman. She has always won the favor of people, to tell you that there was something special about her, to tell you that there's something special also about you as a woman. You are beautiful. You are so gorgeous to look upon, and you think it is just for you. That gorgeousness, beauty you have is just for you to entice men, bring men down, raise men, and bring them down to dust and nothing with your beauty. It is not at all. If your beauty as a woman is just for you to, to destroy men, make the man go crazy for you, and at the end of the day you feel like a top of the world, my dear, you have failed humanity. Because this was Esther. She was a beautiful woman. Her beauty did not only capture the heart of a king, but her beauty brought something that history still talks about to date to her people. So if your beauty haven't taken you to that position, then stop telling me you are beautiful and begin to look for the reason and the purpose of your beauty. Because the purpose of your beauty is not to destroy men, the life of young men. It's not to make them go miserable. It is more than that. The Bible says, she said, okay, I understand deeper now. You go gather the Jews. I will go and gather myself and the maids that works with me. Let's see what God can do. That's to tell you that before she became a queen, she was a prayerful woman. Which even as that prayerful woman, just an ordinary woman, she was a prayerful woman which moved things on her behalf, that when she finally had that position of standing before the king, The prayer she has been praying before she right, she was a young girl till that very age, began to speak. And things begin to fall in place for her. Because when you read with me from the beginning, you see where even the person that was in custodian of the maidens fell in love with Esther and treated her specially. You think that is normal? No, it is not. It is because she has been praying. That's why you see some people, when they go into places, the things just happen for them in accord. And you begin to imagine like, because me, you want to know, I am that kind of a woman. Yes, if they are not happening, that means God is not yet interested. God does not want me to, That's me. I'm saying it. And that is who I am, because I am the daughter of a king. So I've got the royal DNA, in the royal thing in my DNA. Are you getting me? Take yourself above the level that you have always placed yourself, that you're a slave, that you're just a woman. So because you're a woman, you are just a slave. You are meant to... No. You are meant to remain only in the kitchen. No. You are not meant just to remain in the kitchen. You are not meant to just be shut down all the time by your community because you are a woman. And I don't understand. There are some parts of Nigerians, some parts of, Africans that still believe in this thing, that women are meant to stay in the kitchen. Really? I'm saying this and I'm saying it again. What really annoys me, there's this part, I find out recently too, that there was this particular place, and I think this also has a also plays in my place. I think so. But let me tell you, you got to move yourself out of that position, because as long it is not the position that God has placed you to be as a woman from the beginning, you just have to come out of it by yourself. Seek the face of God and come out. There's this particular tribe in my place, when they were saying no, in their place that they believe, they teach them that the woman belongs to the kitchen and that the woman has no right to say anything regarding the affairs of the people. I was so shocked. And this same thing, somebody was talking about it recently when I was watching YouTube. Is this Soma? She was talking about and then she was talking about a particular lady, something like that is the name of the lady she was talking about. I think that when it happens to in my place, when the father died, that a woman has no right or no a right to inheritance. So in a situation whereby the man has only just daughters, the family of the man will take the relation of the man automatically inherits the wealth of the family. For what? I don't understand. Because she's a woman. Anyway, for me, that's not even a problem, because for one, I have always from time, like, when it comes to inheritance, if my father give me, fine. If my father didn't give me, I don't have a role. At least even it should be given to my brothers. It's okay. But I think that has to do with us not just deciding that they should not be given. No. So she was talking about it, and when they were talking about, it's not just part of Igbo alone. It's almost like in the whole of Africa, especially Nigeria. Most cultures encourage that thing in Nigeria. In my place, they do the same thing, that inheritance belongs to the male children in the family. But it is not right. And this is where I tell women, you are not just woman to the kitchen. They don't want to give you inheritance. When you are a woman times 10 beyond inheritance, they will be the one to be ashamed at the end of the day. When at the end of the day you are able to stand up, you have money, they know when it comes to house, you can build times 10 of those houses your father left behind. They will shut their mouths and be scared to talk to you to start with. So work on yourself, women. Work on yourself. She refused. I know people say, what concerns that one? What we are teaching now? It all concerns it. And this is something, if women will stand up and begin to stand up to take their place, some of these traditions that are not right will be corrected and will be omitted from traditions that governs our lands. But some women just feel, no, you don't say anything. Some say, when it comes to matters like this, in Benin, I think in Benin, there are some matters, they will say women don't talk about it. In Igbo, they will say women don't talk about it. The one that really baffles me was that of Igbo, when they were telling me, no, that matter, Igbo women, you don't talk about it. Women don't talk about it. You don't talk about it. I'm saying it. I was like, really? Even in Europe, and you have been there for 20 something years. I'm ashamed. I was really ashamed. You are encouraging a very barbaric act. Woman, wake up, oh, you are sleeping, wake up. But here was a woman. She gathered the people and they went ahead. The Bible says she went into prayer. When she was done praying, she went to the king. Even though she was frightened, but she was determined. She said, I will go. And this is the time that you cannot go to see the king except the king sent for you. But here was a woman who dared to turn things around. There was a woman who dared to change the history and reposition things back to its normal. She went to God in prayer and she said, God, if indeed you are the God that I was taught about when I was a child till now, that you hear my people always whenever they call on you, it is time to prove yourself. And I'm going because something must be done to spare the life of these people. And the Bible says she went. And when she came before the king at one point was angry, but at some point he just, stretched out his hand. When he looked at her, he saw the beauty that was not just beauty, but both beauty and the beauty of God. And he himself became worried and wanted to know why Esther was standing before him. And he said, tell me, what is it? Tell me, even if it means giving you to half of my kingdom, I will give you my queen. And Esther said, if it pleases you then as the king, why not come for my banquet that I've prepared for you and your number one man, Haman? And the Bible says, the king says, okay, where is Haman? Quickly go and call her so that we can grant the wish of this beautiful woman. And they went and sent for Haman, and he came himself and the king. They went, they ate, they drank. The Bible says when the king finished eating everything, he saw something more than just Esther being a queen. The Bible says he looked at Esther and he asked Esther the same thing again. Perhaps he made mistake the first time, no, but he repeated the same question in the same form and manner. Tell me what troubles you, my queen, even if it means to giving to you, giving you to the half of my kingdom. I will. Tell me, what is it? Because the meal was too much. The way she dressed was too much. The beauty, everything was just too beautiful and perfect. And that is where I have problem with beautiful girls, so very beautiful women who cannot cook. And although I'm one woman that believes that all women can cook, so let me not go there, because I believe that, yes, I always fight against that every woman can cook, fine. Just women, not every woman can cook, that all women can cook, just women cannot cook all kinds of dishes perfectly. Because if you want to cook some particular dishes that only the Igbos cook, you don't expect me, an Asian woman or an Uromi girl, to come and prepare that, like when they cook okpa in Igbo land, to prepare it like the Igbo woman. The Igbo woman especially, in short, automatically we beat me when it comes to cooking that. The same thing, so every woman knows how to cook, okay? And but if you don't know how to cook, where you cook your local food and all those stuff, you better go and start learning to cook, woman. Because here, Esther prepared the meal by herself. She set the table. She did everything. And the king was like, wow, this is a woman of woman. So this is wife and not just a queen. And his heart was glad in the more. The second day, the same thing. Then the third day, finally, she hit the nail at the head and told the king what her request was. And the Bible says the king granted her request. Let me read chapter 5. The king asked, what is it, Queen Esther? Tell me what you wish. Even if it is half of my kingdom, I will give it to you. Esther replied, if it please your majesty, come with Haman to a banquet I have prepared today. The king gave the order, call Haman at once so that Esther may have her what? Wish. And verse 6, I'm going to read it again. Let me read chapter 7. So the king and Haman went to the banquet that Esther had prepared, and again on the second day. And the king asked the same question again, and Queen Esther replied, if I have found favor with you, O king, and if it please your majesty, grant me my life, and spare also the lives of my people. This is my petition and request for myself and for my people and I have been delivered to destruction, slaughter, and execution. Had we been sold many as male and female slaves, I would have said nothing, for our calamity would not be as great a loss to the king. King Ahasuerus asked Queen Esther, who and where is the man who dared do such a thing? Esther answered, he is no other than those wicked Haman, an enemy and a foe. At this, Haman was seized with terror. And the whole thing was redeemed, was reversed. Then finally the third day, she told the king everything. And the king became furious and wanted to know who was behind the whole thing. And they said, Haman. And then it was quickly, then it dawned on Haman, but it was too late. What are you doing with your position as a woman? You are a powerful, very powerful weapon in the hand of God. You are just too powerful. And if you know this power that you have as a woman, oh Jesus, you will just begin to do things the way God really wants you to do them. And many people, I'll always talk about myself sometimes. When people look at me sometimes, some people don't like me. That's the truth. And I don't have a problem with it because they have the right either to like me or dislike me. They have the right either to love me or hate me because everyone has right to do anything they want. But one thing people fail to know is that you have right to do whatever you like. But at the same time, be ready to take responsibility for your action. Know that the way you have right to do whatever you like, the same way you must take responsibilities for your actions. So many people don't like me. When you ask, they'll say, that one, she's too outspoken. She's too bold. Mama, she's too bold. She's too confident. She's too full of herself. Mamma mia. Oh. So they don't like me. They'll just say I'm too bold, I'm too outspoken. I don't fear anything. They'll say she's calm, she's quiet. When you see her, she thinks she cannot hurt a fly. But dear her, you will know that she's a tigress. That one, she's a lioness. So when I forget that, and of course I'm a lioness. because I am the daughter of the king of the lions of the lion of the tribe of Judah. So why should I behave like a sheep to start with? So a lot of people don't like me. A lot of people run from me, and I don't have a problem with it. And I like them. Oh, I love them a lot. When I see them, I laugh. I love them, and I love them. That's the truth, because it's the way they understand me. It is the level of their understanding of me. So that's why I don't have much problem with it. I don't have problem with it. They don't like me. And I'm telling you, I am not bold. I am not, I am not proud. I am not proud. I am very calm person, but I believe that I am more than just the woman that people think that belongs to the kitchen. I'm a woman. I am a child of God. I am a daughter of the Most High God. I am a daughter of a king, a queen, a princess, a royal diamond, a chosen one, a peculiar people, a royal priesthood. So why didn't you want me to start behaving like a slave when I'm a daughter of a king? I don't understand. So many times I walk confidently. I do things at my own pace, and people like, why the people that know what it takes to be, responsible and real, they look at me and they're like, I love this girl. Some just like me. Some just like me. Some just immediately, I love Sister Freya. I wish I can be like her. She's just like this. And that is how I is. I am sorry. I am. So you should be able to talk. You're saying the truth does not mean you are rude. You're saying the truth does not mean you are aggressive. You're saying the truth does not mean you don't have respect. And I want to start correcting that. People, stop